In a world where space and time are intertwined, one man dared to challenge the status quo. His name? Dayton Miller. His weapon of choice, a flute. But not just any flute. This instrument held the power to unleash the ether, a pervasive medium once thought to fill the universe. Miller, a physicist by trade, a musician at heart, discovered a harmonic resonance within the ether. He found that his flute, when played with precision, could manipulate this elusive medium. His melodies, a symphony of science, had the potential to shift the very fabric of reality. However, a sinister force lurked in the shadows. The Einsteinian demons. These creatures thrived in the distortion of space-time, causing chaos and disruption. The world needed a hero, and Miller was ready to answer the call. With his flute in hand, Miller played a tune that echoed through the cosmos. Each note, a shot of pure ether, struck.
Mister, can you speak?
Yeah.
Hey, Mister works. All right.
Hola.
What about Liliana?
What's up, Lily? What's up, MR?
I heard my own soundboard somewhere.
Luckily, I can hear all of you.
All right, I'm going to pretend like I have intro music playing in the background and everyone's
Cool. Alan, you good?
hyping up as we're filing in. Yeah, can you hear me?
Alan is not good.
Yeah, Shane.
You couldn't hear Alan talking?
Yeah, we'll have to do Discord trick, I guess.
Yeah, I can't hear shit that you're saying, dude.
Yeah. Well, I heard Alan just fine.
Yeah, so if I mute you in Discord, like locally, then I talk in Discord, it should work, right? I can hear you on Twitter, though, so you can unmute here.
So so you can hear me on Discord, and I can hear you. No, I can hear you on Discord. You can hear me on Twitter, and I can't hear. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it works. We got it.
Okay.
Already
All right.
solved. Already solved.
Excellent. So Brian, get Brian up here.
I don't think we should let Brian be a speaker unless he puts on that little
Brian,
teeny
how's the intro going?
mustache.
Oh, I'm not live yet.
Brian, you're not allowed until you get your mustache on.
I'm growing one.
There we go. Switch it up.
It needs to be
and
very
switch on.
specific dimensions, though. Like, this isn't just any stash we're talking about here, Brian. You've got a very specific set of instructions.
I think I know the mission.
Dude, I can't hear Brian at all.
Lips.
This is disgusting. All right. Let's try. Now that I have a co-host, let's take chances, right, Brian? Here we go.
And he broke the space.
What did I do? I just got here. There's no possible way I could have done it by now. I'm not that good. I mean, I'm good.
Now it says Brian's a listener, but I can hear Brian speaking.
Oh, now I got people. Oh, what's up, guys?
Oh, hey Shane, welcome to the space.
What up?
Hey, everyone
Yo.
can speak up.
Woohoo! Ken's here. Woo!
Did I fix it for Alan on Discord now too?
Nice.
Yeah, so he
Yes.
just desperate.
Yep, refresh trick worked. Very nice. Shout out to Toby.
Yep. Sacrifice the blue pill for infinite refresh.
Oh, wait, let's circumvent that right now, right off the rip. All right. Purple pill secured. You can get to it from the jumbo at the top. It'll be the first post.
We
Everything's
created a
perspective.
manual purple pill. All right.
Brian, you better get all your fans in here now.
Well, I tell you what, man. I've been, let's see, I actually was looking at someone was being a dumbass.
The
Dude, I doubt
persecution of Brian Sweet, of not Brian Sweet. We had a real live Nuremberg trial for you on Friday, dog.
Dude, honestly, I'm digging it because now when people just call me Nazi, I'm like, no, you mean Brian. That's not me. That's that one guy. Like you're looking for him over there.
Like, no, you're mistaking me for Brian, dude. You're our shield, dude.
I take all the bullets for you guys, man. I'm cool with it. I still talk. They can't stop.
Man, one of them globe trolls like found a link to my BitChute and like posted it to me with this big like aha, like I found you, Nazi, like I knew it. It was just like my public channel. Oh, what a sleuth you are, dude. An online internet sleuth, aren't you?
That beeping that you just heard from Brian's microphone, that was him actually baking Jews in the microwave right now. That's
Hey,
what's happening.
that was my oven, actually. You know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I bake cookies. I don't microwave them. Microwaving's bad. Throw away your microwaves. Baking is more shit.
No one gave Dave a mic. Did someone say out of ponders or planes 3 times or what?
I tried to give him a mic.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, we've had some trolls today.
Well, I think that Dave and Ken, maybe it was, I don't know, someone was just in the 24-hour chat on Discord. And PhD in Globe or whatever that dude was going off about how eclipses are predicted because of the Globe model, blah, blah, blah. So
Sorry, I vomited.
I love
Yeah.
those people.
It was so rough to listen to, and he was just I think he was arguing with Flat Earth Tests, Brian, and it was actually really painful to listen to. But
yeah, it was very cringe. That guy was an idiot.
You were in there.
Out of ponders. I got a mic now, by the way.
Nice.
Man, to think a stationary Earth wouldn't be an easy way to predict stuff going around in a circle and just say, no, this globular mess going through the universe is totally makes more sense to me. It's just the absolute retarded stuff I've ever heard in my life. Come on.
Dude, you know it would be easier to make it predict the path of stellar objects? We'll add 1 billion more stellar objects, a whole bunch of infinite gravity. We'll put it in a background medium. We'll spin them all in a snow globe. We'll spin them at different directions, tilt them at different angles, and then let them roll. Boom, predictions.
We're going to make the universe a pinball machine and say we can predict everything. Go ahead.
You see all the random chaos and chance? Yeah, heliocentrism predicts that shit, bro.
We got it down. Tell me how you predict it. Tell me how you can get that on flat Earth.
You know when your TV goes to the static noise screen and the arrangement of those pixels and the black and white orchestration is definitely proof for heliocentrism.
All right, how's this for a sales pitch? All right, boys, I can explain to you everything in the sky, but only 10% of it is predicted in my model, though. The other 90% is a complete mystery that I'll use to fill in the blanks with math. You guys in or out?
Well, all right. Let me fix your theory a little bit. You did predict the other 90%, but it was like dark Allen prediction. You think you didn't make it, but you did make it. It's part of your original prediction, and the fact that it's 90% wrong is actually proof that it's 100% right.
Yes, because everyone knows 90 plus 10 is 100.
Placeholder called light energy, and that makes up my 90% there. And while I don't have everything figured out, we're still testing it, so I'm not totally wrong yet. I just haven't found the right answer.
Yeah,
I'm not totally wrong yet.
Listen, we got a couple guys in a basement with a giant ring underground. It could be a subway station. We don't know, but they're gonna find the dark stuff in there.
Meanwhile, you have patchouli wearing hippies reading astrology books, being able to map out, stars since the beginning of time. Like, they seem to understand that it's all cycles, but yet, whatever. I don't know.
Look, science often gets things wrong, but then, that's how you do science. You just keep learning and you keep changing things, and you keep adding things, and that's science, you see.
And it's always true no matter what.
Well, it's only true if you're trying to prove heliocentrism. If you're trying to do other things, then it's intermittent. But it always works for heliocentrism for sure.
It's that intermittent truth.
The intermittent standard of proof, really. It's like those photons, right? Like, mathematically we need them, so we'll put them in this placeholder, and then they don't need them, so they poof away. Well, we need them to have mass, so now they have mass, but when they don't have mass, it just goes away. Heliocentrism.
That sounds like gravity.
It is a lot like gravity. Like, imagine you invented a force and then said, actually, it only exists when it's in direct equilibrium opposition to centrifugal force. It's totally real. It exists. It does the same thing in centrifugal force. It works in exactly the same way. It applies the same method, but it's totally different, and it's a real force, and it derives everything that's in the sky.
Guys, you know I was being sarcastic, right?
Nope.
Nope.
What does that mean?
What is sarcasm?
I've never heard you be sarcastic. Could you use a different voice so we know?
Yeah, every time you speak, I assume it's true, innocent, and full of joy and happiness. And I take it at 100% face value.
Well, why, thank you. That's very sweet of you.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
I can't.
Yeah, you're asking me to think if you liar now? I don't know.
You've corrupted your image now. I don't know who you are.
Yeah, that sounded very sus, dude. Like, I'm gonna be honest.
Did you just call Brian a Nazi? What the heck, Lily?
Is she a Glober already? Oh no, they got her.
Damn it, Nazi.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, a bunch of Globers told me I was real pretty, so I was like, okay, I should just go be a Glober.
Is that how they get all the chicks away from us? I didn't know that's the method. Is that why there's literally no flat Earth girls anymore? Because all the Globers scooped them up with their suave compliments?
I think so. You guys need to give us more compliments, buddy.
Noted. Can't let that happen.
Brian, what's worse, being called the N-word or a double N-word, where you're like a neo-Nazi or just a regular Nazi?
The hard Z or the hard R?
See, I don't know which one. I don't know which one was the better one, man. I'm like, what exactly is a neo-Nazi? I don't get it. What is a neo-Nazi?
The new and improved.
Like a
dude,
super duper bad guy or what? Is that?
Yeah, no. It's the opposite, bro. The old Nazis were the bad lads, right? You're the good lad now, right?
Hence, neo-Nazis are good. Yeah, I get you. I'm following.
Yeah, it's a new branding marketing thing.
Someone's gonna clip this recorded space and tell us that we're all calling neo-Nazis great, and it'll be over. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just think of the Matrix where only Morpheus is not black.
It'll be super confusing if actual like people show up that like take that position and then like they're not welcome or whatever. It'll be really confusing for them. But it'd be funny for us. So I mean,
they will always be funny for us, and that's where our thinking is at anyway.
Hey, just wanted to tell the listeners, I hang out with these guys in Discord, and I'll tell you, if Flat Earth turns out to be a psyop, they definitely have careers as comedians and also as movie critics. They're amazing. I don't even want to watch movies without their running commentaries anymore.
What's like highest praise from Liliana, huh? Damn, thank you.
You guys doing some Mystery Science 3000 or something shit going on without
we 100% did exactly that. Yep.
Shane, she was being sarcastic again, dude.
Oh, you got me.
Oh, she got us,
man.
Dude.
Because if there's something like that, I'm down.
Yes.
We watched a double header, I think, yesterday. Actually, I forgot what the first one was already.
That was like, it's one big long day for Shane. That was like 2 days ago, and it was a terrible movie. It was a horror musical called.
Oh yeah.
It was a Bollywood opera horror movie called Trap with M. Night Shyamalan's whole family.
Okay, it's coming back.
It turned out to be a trap for the audience, really.
See, that's the kind of movie you need running commentary with the boys to make palatable.
All right, so after that movie ended, I low-key watched it again because I enjoyed it.
You're lying. That was sarcasm, guys, in case you were missing.
Right, you got me. Got me. I did get that new Lady Raven album.
These jokes
fire.
These jokes are for the wide swath of the audience that has seen the movie The Trap. It's only 4 of us. Anyway, we got Peter requesting a mic. Peter, you're just gonna come up here and stammer about graticules some more,
Yeah,
so I'm good.
That sounds like a huge waste of time. Won't be indulging in that at all.
Nah. Do I have any real Globers unblocked? Let's see. Are there any? Are there any that can come in here?
Well, I'm surprised people would want to come up here, you know, being as that I'm such a Nazi and he is Polish.
Wait,
Actually, I think just being next to you makes us Nazis as well. I think that's the transitive property of Nazism, if I'm not mistaken.
Nazi by proxy.
Yeah.
Ooh, she's so much better than me at it.
Oh my God, that could totally be a rap song. Nazi by proxy.
That's actually now our new trademark term. It's actually already pinned under Alan's tweet already.
Yeah, I just ran it through an AI. It's making a song right now.
The refrain
with the likeness of Taylor Swift.
Man,
I think you've created a monster.
Yo, so actually we're going to do a movie Science Theater 3000 tomorrow. It's going to be, we're going to watch Schindler's List.
And then we're going to watch the 73 other movies that show the other side of that. Oh, wait. No, there's none. So I guess we'll just watch Schindler's List and the 70 other Jew movies.
You know how many awards it won for Best Fiction? You should check it out.
Yeah. Was it really Best Fiction?
I'm not super into sci-fi, but I have read Anne Frank a couple of times, and it's really good.
Yeah, man. So it seems like the JQ is taking over X, right? That's something. So I guess we can blame Brian for starting the catalyst of the revolution that let people aware of let them be aware of the truth.
Dude, I ain't lying, man. I'm like, see, my whole timeline is flooded about Winston Churchill and all this stuff. I was like, I started something here, man. Right on.
Hasn't Zetetic been posting about Jews for like 2 years, whatever? Is he on his third account too?
Man, I'm just saying, he's been doing it for 2 years. I've been doing it for 10 minutes.
What the heck? Brian, are you gassing right now?
Yeah, like, what are you, bro?
Are you actually committing war crimes right now, dog?
Could be, man. Could be, man.
Are those the pellets? Oh my God. No.
That is me making soap and lampshade right now.
It's for sure kosher, whatever he's doing.
I can't tell the difference between burgers and soap from the audio cue, just to be clear. It both sounds like cooking. Are you making soap like Fight Club soap?
They are some kind of burger made out of something, but what are they? Get it now.
Kosher burgers, dude, for sure.
You know what I've been reading about a lot lately is primary water. Yeah, we should make some noise about that too at some point.
Primary water. You know what the U.S. government did to what was that place? Gaddafi, Libya. You know what they did to their primary water? They were like, "You guys don't get to have any. We're gonna go ahead and swoop that up," and they took it away from them.
Man, that is such a huge crime against humanity. It's amazing. It just blew my mind.
Well, they totally replaced.
Yeah, U.S. went in there and bombed it.
Well,
and it was providing water for all of Africa.
Not just bombed it, dude. Like a radiated shell bomb depleted uranium to like irradiate and kill it. Like, oh, you built a water dike? We're gonna not just blow it up. We're gonna poison the land forever, so no one will have water here forever. It's insane.
Well, they got rid of the water, but they replaced it with slavery. So win-win.
Oh yeah.
I know you're thirsty. How do you like shekels instead? Does that quench your thirst a little bit?
You know what's interesting is after Chernobyl happened, I think within the decade itself, they noticed that life, like all wildlife, came back and everything. And then they examined, like for instance, the teeth of the wolves and things like that, and they saw that there was no radiation, and the wolves were fine, and all the wildlife was fine, and so I don't know this whole.
Oh yeah, that's a great point. I totally forgot about that. That like so part of the lore for the people that don't know about the radiation stuff, right, is that they poisoned it and it's like super bad, devastating. But yeah, that's probably fine. Like all the other places. So it was Hiroshima, Nagasaki, what was the other one in Russia? Can't think of the name, but that place is like a wildlife reserve now. It's totally
Chernobyl?
fine. Yeah, Chernobyl's totally fine. There's a beach
Yeah.
in Brazil that has higher radiation than Chernobyl, and the locals go there every day and swim in it and roll around in the beach, and they say that it cures their ailments.
So like, but this is how they do it, right? They tell us that they have big bombs, and those big bombs have super deadly radioactive decay and it takes forever, and that's like a lie. And the other side of it is that actually they have these like depleted uranium bullets, and they cause like, you know, just a little bit. And I think those actually cause a bunch of damage. I think they definitely have shit that like hurts you, like literally poisons your body or whatever, and then poisons the earth the same way. But I don't think it's
in large doses. Yeah, but it's not gonna last forever like that, like they say.
Yeah, we haven't heard much about Fukushima, right?
Only right before it happened, and then how awful it was going to be, and then nothing.
Yeah, they extracted all the fear they could out of it.
I put a video out about primary water and aquifers and Gaddafi. I put it, if I could, can I share it? No, I can't share shit. Or can I?
Should be able.
Yeah, you can share it up to the jumbo.
Oh, I did, but it looks shitty. What happened? Oh, that's me. There we go. So yeah, there's primary water video. Literally, it starts with how he built, you know, for his citizens, took all like the freedom, gave them, you want to have food, make a farm, have some primary water. I built the biggest man-made aquifer in the world. We'll call it, what do they call that? The great man-made river, right? Wonderful. And then I'm like, oh, he's a terrorist. It's like, where have I heard that before? Was he a water terrorist?
Do you know how they killed him?
Did he have evidence on Hillary Clinton or something?
No, but she was involved. You know, they had, I don't know, some type of rebels or terrorists of some kind that were wreaking havoc, and the Americans were informing them of his location. And when he was fleeing, the Americans used jets to funnel him right into them where they captured him. And so we didn't actually kill him, but we facilitated it.
I remember her claiming victory. We came, we saw, he died. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot the evil witch cackle, you're right. There wouldn't be a real quote without it.
Is that our very own Man of Stone down there? Xavier, I sent you a mic as well, too. And then anyone else who wants a mic, feel free to send a request.
Yeah, Mr. Xavier, you need a mic.
Liliana has demanded that you speak, so you have a 10 count, or you know.
Mandatory now.
Bro, get your ass up here.
There we are. Mic check.
Yo.
Nice, super loud. Coming in strong.
Bitchin'.
Yeah, I'm looking at like the backdrop of this primary water video. The aquifer, like the pipe they built was so much money. It's so big. It's such a huge, massive. Imagine watching them do this and being like, "Go ahead, try to give your people water. We're gonna show you." Like, jeez.
Sickening.
And then that's us, right? So like we didn't really do that, but America and the UN decided that the bombing and destroying of that infrastructure was crucial to the security of the world. So we all did that together. There are people on Twitter who are like, he's a fucking monster. I can't believe you're defending him. But there's also people on Twitter who are, you know, talking about the Holocaust like it's real. So,
well, from my understanding, he was holding all of our democracy and we had to go get it.
And then we had to go spread it to other places nearby.
We had to take it from his pocket and give it a little bit to his enemies a little bit so we could share it.
He was hogging all
Get
the
all the
democracy.
We just can't seem to keep track of our. Hey,
It's like we started it and we have it all, but he took some and he hit it and we had to go get it.
Take our democracy very seriously, boys.
That wasn't for you. That was for the other people who need democracy that we can spread to.
The plan worked though, right? Because he made the template of how Africa can have water and succeed, and nobody else is willing to do it.
Yeah,
we're gonna send in Brian Sweet, dog.
What? I got to go to Africa now?
You got to.
That'll be a hate crime or whatever.
I heard it's hot in Africa. Damn it, I'm in there.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's a dry heat.
Brian, the people need water.
You know,
they need a hero.
Used to it, man. I'm already in Arizona. I'm used to it. I'm like the perfect. I'll go to Africa and fix their shit.
Nice. We'll destroy it after you're done for the world or whatever. Gotta keep the history. Dude, someone was like, he looks like a Star Wars Jedi Council member, and I was like, you know what? That's fair. In that picture, he does kind of look like Jar Jar Binks. Okay, all right, that's fair.
Who's that?
Gaddafi. He's got this like, I don't know, cloak on or whatever, robe.
I bet James Brown gave him that coat.
Like, you know how the Jedis wear like the super baggy robes and they all look the same? Yeah, it's kind of like that, so. Not bad. Yeah, but there's that post I had a while ago, right? All the reasons that they killed him. No one had any electricity. The electricity was free for all the citizens. No interest rates on loans. Banks were state-owned. No, Gaddafi promised to buy a house for his parents until everyone in Libya owned a home. All newlywed couples were given $60,000 in like a house, right? Education and medical treatment was free. Libyans, what they wanted to farm, they were given appliances, seeds, livestock. If you couldn't receive medical treatment, the state would fund you $2,300 and travel you to the next place abroad to get treatment. Right? If you wanted to buy a car, the government finances half of it. This is what the government in Libya was. This is what terrible democracy spreader we had to go kill and irradiate or whatever. And then it says some Libyans couldn't find jobs after school, so the government paid the average salary when they couldn't find a job. This is a terrible country. We should kill them all, guys.
Turns out democracy is taxes.
Well, it turns out they didn't actually have any democracy in Libya. He's a raving fascist, ruthless dictator kind of guy. Just didn't care anything about the people. I'm sure you're getting that vibe by that list. But the truth is, guys, that it was, and it is listed here, about their gold reserve, that it was absolutely staggeringly immense. Much of it was hidden through families in the hills, out of the way. Nobody knows where the fucking stuff is. And as soon as Gaddafi declared to the world that he wasn't going to put in a Rothschild bank, that he was going to declare his own gold standard and connect it to the dinar, that's when the shit hit the fan. That's when he became a bad guy. And that's when they invaded.
So you're saying it's always about money, never about people?
It was all about the banking.
Those bankers, man, they fight.
Well, that's the reason for all the world's war and all the problems. Like, if you don't have a Rothschild-funded central fiat bank, you are a bad boy,
And to give people water without fluoride in it?
Double
Same
bad
thing,
boy, right?
The same thing's going on with Iran right now.
Shout out to the Iranians,
Yeah,
dude. Hope they make
I was
it.
about to say, the stuff with BRICS has nothing to do about their social policies. BRICS aims to bring back the gold standard, so you can't have that competing with the international bankers.
Yeah, they don't like competition, them international bankers, nor for you to have your own money, gold, resources, freedom, etc.
Jade, your YouTube video doesn't, your audio is not coming through. So it's like a dead spot whenever you speak.
Oh, yeah, I'm muted. Thank you.
I mean, at this point, whoever mainstream tells us is evil and a dictator, we just have to kind of assume they're the good guys.
Yeah, I'm like, that person's probably cool as hell.
Yeah, whoever the media frames as a devil, you know, is trying to
Dude, I'm really thinking we got to go check out this North Korea guy, man.
Kim Jong
Right?
Kim, yeah,
Kim Jong Un. Yeah, I bet
whatever.
he's a happening kid. Hey, man,
I mean,
totally.
so like Trump is like, "Can I come over?" He's like, "Yeah, come on, man. We're cool over here, man. We party."
Hey, Rodney likes him. Well, he can't be that bad.
Rodney's got a good choice of character, so I trust him.
That was a pretty good topic, dude. That's all I know about Gaddafi and Libya, though. Anyone knows anything else?
Hey, fellas,
So what I'm wondering is how many countries are left in the world that do not have Rothschild banking?
Ooh,
Like,
every country we're going to war with.
Is it 1 or 2?
I think it's like 9.
Who's currently a bad man in the news?
I think it's 2. I think it's 2, and I think Russia's one of them. But I think it's 2. But I remember being told years ago that if I wanted to know where the wars were going to be, all I had to do is figure out which countries didn't have Rothschild banking, and we would be there.
Turns out that's true.
Be there or be square.
What's that? Causation? What's that? How's that phrase? What is that again?
Modus operandi.
Kazakhstan?
Well, so maybe Saddam Hussein was the same story.
Ding, 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 winner, chicken dinner.
No, that was definitely started over the stabbing babies or whatever. There's no way that girl lied.
She said endurance is an incubators. Like they're in incubators. What is going on?
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that
and whose daughter did that end up being?
Listen, it could have been anyone's daughter. Just so happened to be some official's daughter.
The ambassador's daughter, I think, specifically.
Wait, my daughter? No, not my daughter. No.
Not the ambassador of Flat Earth, the ambassador of like some country on the Flat Earth.
Maybe it was one of the Kuwaiti's daughters, I think.
Huh, what does this say? It says, it's true for Iraq, Libya, and Syria. The unlawful use of military force and the circumvention of all decisions, yada yada, led to the complete destruction of their state, created a hotbed of international terrorism. Oh, wait, terrorism. That means that Mossad and CIA went in there and pretended to be the bad guys in order to facilitate the change that they wanted to bring via color revolutions and Soros funded, all sorts of social change things, right? That's what that really means.
per the confessions of the economic hitman. Yes.
Yeah, when you hire a bunch of mercenaries to perpetuate like fear throughout a local area or whatever,
Dude, there's that story and someone learned, he's like, one of the high up officials before 2001, before 9/11 came in and was like, so we're going to invade, Iraq, Libya, Syria, this, and they named like 7 Iraq countries. And then it's like, what? And it's like, yeah, well, don't worry, we're going to invade all of them, but it's going to be, for the good. And then like the next day or whatever, the tiles went down and off you went into Iraq. And wasn't that like the best, most illegal like invasion of a country with no supposition for evidence that we completely invented, or that it was the rest of the world knew we invented it, right, and watched us do it anyway? Like it must have been crazy.
Shane, who was that country and/or group of people that told us that there was dangerous mass weapons of destruction there and we had to go and stop them? Who was that?
I think it was the group of people who were dancing with passports outside celebrating the tragedy of 9/11, or was that a different group of people?
No, it was them.
Ah, right. Okay. Seems to fit.
I just want to shout out everybody for being put on another government watch list. Welcome.
Yeah,
Hey,
sorry. You know what you were doing.
Dude, I'm trying to go to Qatar, dog. That place sounds dope.
Sharon is Sharon.
I just watched Green Zone earlier with Matt Damon, and it was all about the fake weapons of mass destruction in Iraq.
Classic.
Oh shit! I was reading off a speech from Putin, guys. I'm sorry. I'm also a Russian, whatever you call it, Nazi, I guess. When I was talking about the plan, that was Russia's speech to the world before they did the Ukraine thing. He was like, "U.S. is invading, UN's evil," right? But everyone just heard "evil" because nobody speaks Russian.
Yeah.
He made the best, like, most bomb speech though before he started that thing. He was like, "The UN has had enough. They're evil. They're run by all the American Jews have taken over the country. Like that, everyone's culture is at risk." Like he gave this whole speech and nobody even listened.
You don't speak Russian, comrade.
Yep.
You can't help us with the reading in Russian. I'm very disappointed in you.
Dude, only people like me who had that shit translated and read it and was like, "Wait, is this guy a fucking? Is he a G? What's going on? Is he fighting?" But it's like, oh, he's doing his best interest. I trust him to act in his best interest. So cool.
I had this kind of a epiphany, or I don't know. I just one day I thought, oh, the Civil War and then the First World War, the Second World War, like it makes me wonder if they were not orchestrated to just kill off as many young white males as possible so that, just dwindle the race, right? But then it ended up backfiring because the baby boom happened, right? That's where we get the boomers from. And so then they thought, oh, well, war is not the best way to kill off these people. So we got to do it from, rotted from the inside. So that's when they made abortion popular and women's lib and brought in rock and roll and drugs and brought in all, So I don't know. I think that second plan worked a lot better than the war. What do you think? I don't know.
I think the same people are responsible for all those things as well.
Just for the acts alone of bringing on, like you say, rock and roll and drugs, kind of makes me want to be on their team, but only just a little.
I think bringing in the welfare state and destroying the family unit was a big part of that also.
Yeah, feminism, the whole plan for like the Rockefeller stuff to bring in feminism, destroy the culture was definitely involving multiculturalism, transgenderism, right? Get the women out of the home, give the children to the state, give us control, let us indoctrinate the youth, and over we go to communism.
You know what's weird about that is you should really look at the person that actually started that movement. She's very, very handsome. Same with Mary Kay guy, or girl, I mean. But so Peter's down there asking for a mic. He says he has some new stuff about cosmology. That's very interesting.
Nah, that dude's tier 1 dog shit.
You can't be serious.
I'm just throwing it out there, man. I don't want Peter to think that I'm bagging on him, that I'm some Nazi that doesn't like Polish guys or something like that. I'm just saying.
He makes an appearance in my latest video to say so little about it.
Wait, you gave Peter a spotlight?
Now you've got me. Now you've got me not so much intrigued.
Oh, am I gonna skip my first home video?
I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
What's the release date on that? Is it going to be a new album drop, or is this
Well,
a music video?
we should talk about that. Maybe, I don't know, after Peter's gone or before. I don't know. We should definitely talk about when we should do that. Like, I don't know, man. Like tomorrow night or just before Friday happens. I don't know. What's better?
I went to bat for you, Peter, but it turns out your reputation.
Yeah, dog. You only get so many chances to come up here and say nothing and waste all our time. So that's not going to happen anymore.
Yeah.
If you had something to say, you would have said it months ago.
Yeah, valid.
Well, I don't know. Maybe the 94th hour of researching something on YouTube might have yielded fruit.
Nah, because you don't even do that. He lies about that too.
Where's our boy Ralph, man? Our expert of control effing stuff to not read a paper to show you how wrong you are.
Hey, to be fair, I don't know that Ralph was the one that found that or whatever.
Yeah, you think it was control F is too much to expect out of Ralph? Probably.
Yeah, but he did show it to me and he gave me the link to the source. So much respect and shout out to Ralph.
You missed it though. It said oblate. You lose, Flurf.
Yeah.
Okay, well, as long as you acknowledge it.
Tis the tango. We got a full geometric impossibility here, but this document does say oblate sphere on it. So what do we do?
We had the 5 log correction tables to account for Earth's oblateness, bro. You can't possibly be serious.
Dude, some dude showed up in the comments and was like, I'm so disgusted. He's acting like this isn't a big deal. They would be off by what did he say? 300 miles or whatever. And it's like, bro, their flight distance was 200 miles. What are you talking about? You think they just like insane, dude?
The comments. Has anyone heard an actual refutation to Battle of the Beams now that we put it out a couple days and there's been few as though? I'm sure the Globers got together, had a panic meeting, decided what to say or whatever.
Nor will you.
Yeah, they're going with it's bouncing off the ionosphere for 1,000, Alex.
Yikes.
What is the old ionosphere again? That was my favorite question from Stone last night.
But it doesn't tell us where it starts. It doesn't tell us where it takes a sharp turn. Decides I need to start bouncing off that because it was pointed straight ahead. It wasn't pointed up at the sky or anything like that. So I'm not sure where it starts with the ionosphere. How low is the ionosphere? Like, what, 15 feet off the ground or something like that? Anyway, that's what they're going.
You guys remember that TV show where that guy's trying to catch the killer in every episode? He's like, I got one more question for you. And then, like, the guy hangs himself. That was Stone last night.
That's Columbo, dude.
Dude,
I have every episode in my vault.
He goes, like, what's this ionosphere you're talking about? What's ionized? I just got one more question for you. He's like, it's just a field. Ooh, gonna need some material matter, though, to be ionized in the field.
How about an energy cause? A reason for polarity? Anything, land likes to throw me a fucking bone.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Guilty, Your Honor. And then we convicted the globe right there.
you know, right where the air mass is thinnest, where there's the least of it, that's where we're bouncing off the EMF down with no loss. Right. Okay.
If you want to say that the ionosphere bounced it up, but it had to bounce it down to the ground or the water or something like that. And apparently everything down here can bounce these signals up. But why did it bounce it up and not like sideways? How come they always go back up? How come they don't go sideways or, straight or backwards or anything? How come they don't go back up and then come back?
Well, the one that I really hit him on was the fact that, and he quoted, we were using frequencies of the order of 30 megahertz, give or take a few 100K. And all those antenna boys know that if you want to bounce an EMF signal, and the F stands for frequency, and the frequency in this case is 30 megahertz, if you want to bounce it off something, that something it bounces off of has to be a higher frequency than 30 megahertz. So my challenge to him there was to find me something where there's next to nothing that's generating on its own something at a higher frequency than 30 megahertz. Where that could possibly be coming from, and who's rigging the polarity. You know what I mean? He had nothing for any of that.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah, his circular reasoning was like listening to a girl who's always going to threaten that she's going to kill herself and never actually does it, and it loses its luster after like the third or fourth time you've heard it. You're like, yeah, okay, go ahead and do it actually. Just at this
Hey, but to be fair though, shout out to my boy Bull Knight for pulling up and actually doing research on that subject and going hard on it. Right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people
give it a ho.
A lot of people
give it the heave ho.
Yeah, a lot of people just, said a couple of words here and there and thought that would like magically fix the situation. But somebody who actually grasps the issue, tried to take a crack at it. Shout out to Bull Knight for that.
And the boys for dogpiling him or whatever. I'm just kidding. Everyone got really mad at him.
So you're saying you dealt him a bad hand and he played it anyways?
Yeah.
I guess that's respect. But like, dude, he joined us. He came over to the server to talk about radio wave propagation one day. That's like his favorite thing. He was like, hey, what's it was going to do a test about ionosphere bouncing? I'd like to be involved. And he's like, then he showed us, honestly, that's this whole thing. And then Battle of the Beams came out and he showed up, was silent, watched the whole presentation, opened his mouth once. And we were like, no, shut up. How dare you come in here? All right, you know what? Let's take a breath. Maybe he has an honest reputation. Like if that Glober hasn't found a refutation to how this could work with a lifetime hobby pastime being about radio propagation, then no one will. Everyone got muted there. What happened?
Yeah, somebody pressed mute.
Got some rookies.
Oh, we just blamed Ken.
Yeah, I feel like it was, dude. I feel
Blame
like
Canada.
I feel like it was definitely you, and you just blame Ken.
I would tell you if I muted you all without a care in the world. I assure you.
Yeah, it was definitely you.
It was probably Ken.
No.
You know what? Just for that.
Brian knows. Brian knows.
Oh, you can't mute hosts. Oh, that's funny.
We get an APB out on Ken's lighter.
I haven't heard a hot mic in a hot minute. What's going on with that? I'm a little uncomfortable. I'm a little worried.
That's because I got a mute button to play with now.
Oh, did we take it away from you on Discord?
No, I don't know what it is. It's like it's like my phone is against me because every time I go into Discord, I have to turn my mic on if I want to talk. Every time I look, it's off.
Well, you know, Ken,
if I do not look, it's on.
Well, I was gonna blame you before.
Superposition mic, bro.
Dude, I was gonna blame you before, but after that explanation, you're right. It's not your fault.
It's just the quantum weirdness effect that's happening to your mic, dude.
Yeah.
You know what it was? All right, so the echo potential of the grab echo potential over here was off a little bit, and that's why it showed that.
Deflection of the microphone vertical?
It actually affected my mute button directly. Look, there's a translation of motion passed down from the.
If Ken wants to hit the mute button, he has to use a 5-figure log table to account for the fact that his phone isn't a perfect sphere.
The oblateness of the mute button has to be respected and calculated for.
If you were to send a pilot beam out to guide Ken's hands to the mute button, and it had to maintain direct line of sight, how do you guys think that would work out? Would it just magically work, or no?
I think we got some ionosphere to deal with. I think what happens is that as it goes down there to scroll up, the mute button gets bigger, takes up this whole page.
I try to not click it. No.
It's refravity. Just drags it over to him. That's mass attracting mass right there.
Well, actually, what's happening there is the mass is attracting the mass, which is causing the bending and warping of space-time, which is why they travel on what appears to be linear, but it's actually geodesic paths that converge toward each other. That's what's really happening.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
I'm glad we stole that movie. I mean, that video, Ken. That was a really good find. You're like, what do they think it is? And then finally I understood, like, I never understood the level of retardation they went to for that explanation, I guess is what I meant to say. So thank you. Now I have a better understanding. Dude, I forget his name. He's one of them. He's the white Neil deGrasse Tyson who's kind of nerdy.
Brian Cox.
Brian Cox.
There it is. Everyone knew. Nice.
Loxley Box.
Stone, do your best, Cox. Explain gravity through the Einstein paradigm.
Well, it all depends if you've got that bouncing ball in the box going or not.
Did you hear him describe that vacuum chamber when he? Have you seen the video on it? He describes the vacuum chamber before he gets that stupid.
Oh, and you mean they dropped the bowling ball in the feather?
Said
in the big tall tower, and they suck all the air out of it. I fancy that one rather.
He said it used to be a shelter, and it's made out of aluminum, but that's not quite good enough to hold a vacuum.
Well, yes, you see, they kept very tall people in there. That's why you needed to build it like that.
They had to reinforce it with concrete. Somehow, someway, the IS is made out of aluminum. But
well, you don't want all these tall people stumbling through the walls now, do you?
Just saying, it's a little inconsistent out there, guys. Either aluminum's good or it's not.
Dude, did you understand that like Newton thought that an apple fell on his head, but Einstein came around and was like, "Listen, you fucking retard. That's not what happened at all. What really happened is the apple just sitting there minding his business, once separated from the tree, and your lazy ass was shooting upwards and not wait a minute a second, running your head right into that apple." That's what Einstein said, and I was like, "What?"
Come on, Newton, leave the apples alone.
What a mathematical, inverted, nonsensical bullshit mess that is, dude.
Imagine getting us to believe that space and time can warp and bend.
Well,
that's actually what causes gravity.
They were showing us how that works with.
Yeah, Lily, you just described the highest level of academics of how they describe the causal mechanism of gravity.
You should sign up to get a PhD. You'd nail it in a month.
Well, you know, something my great grandpa, my mother's father, he was a fellow of the Royal Entomological Society. So I got a connection with the Royal Society. So don't you guys ever make fun of it, okay?
So he was into bugs?
Yeah. His specialty was locusts, because locusts were, you know, they used to come and decimate crops and all that. So he was a scientist in the 30s, which, you know, I mean, he was an Indian guy in India, and he received all kinds of titles and stuff from the viceroy and whatnot. But, you know, I think as an entomologist, I think he really couldn't have done that much harm. Like, I would have been ashamed if he was an astrophysicist or something, you know. But he was just a lowly entomologist.
Dude, imagine you got that uncle Ralph who became an astrophysicist, like a fucking idiot. He's a black sheep. Nobody wants to talk about him. Can't bring him to dinner. Nobody brings him up at family gatherings. Thinks he's theoretical physics. What an idiot. Too bad it's the opposite of that, right? They're like, "Oh, you're a theoretical physicist? You look up and make wild fucking guesses based on nothing that no one can corroborate? Ooh, how impressive. You must have a really big brain."
I can tell you how fast this light in the sky moves, or I can tell you how much it weighs based on how fast it moves, using some coefficients that I established.
Like, oh, you're a quantum science specialist. Oh, you specialize in the nonsense basis of everything and the tiny, minute empiricism of the whole world. That's wonderful.
Like, we totally fell for the emperor doesn't wear any clothes thing. I mean, we totally declared, oh my God, the emperor's robes are gorgeous.
Yeah, we all tried to outdo each other with how like grandiose we thought the emperor's fake clothes were, and that's how we got to popularity in heliocentrism. It's like, oh, well, obviously this must be right, even though I don't get it. Massive transfer mass, space-time curve. Look, it sounds retarded, but I must be dumb. Smarter people clearly seem to get it. That was it.
That's how it goes, man. Make it all complicated and convoluted and sound real smart, and people just go, okay.
Right? Like, how much balls do you have to be like, listen, science, I don't understand that, and I don't think that I'm stupid. I think that you are all stupid.
Hey, it's like that meme. Have you seen it? The one that it's divided into two, and then there's that big, gigantic blackboard, you know, like 20 feet by 10 feet, and it's crammed with all the equations. And then it says, you know, globe Earth, and then underneath there's like 1 + 1 = 2. That's flat Earth.
It's simple.
That's a nice award-winning meme. We got to make that happen.
Typical Ponzi scheme.
When it comes to cosmology, I don't know one scientist that uses the scientific method.
Yeah, because all of that, it turns out, theoretical physics is bullshit. Like, how do you have a scientific method with theory? Theory crafting, coordinate systems called space-time, not tied to reality, mathematical fantasy land where you can literally do anything. It's like, cool, it sounds cool, but what are you going to accomplish with that? Well, you know how the Earth doesn't move? Well, now it does. Math.
You know, when you talk about the Big Bang and nothing coming from nothing, that is a crazy notion. But when you add in the magic of gravity, everything is possible. Quote unquote, Lawrence Krauss.
Man, that science documentary where it showed like stars forming by dust and accretion happening and the deadness of space, where that just, mass attracts mass, obviously. So big dust attracts little dust, big dust attracts big particle makes rock, rock makes planet, planet makes solar system, solar system makes galaxy. We saw that once and people think that's true. And then they come into like, well, how do you explain accretion? And we're like, oh, it's easy. Someone made it up. Like, that's retarded. Like the fact that everyone thinks everything formed from galactic accretion based on mass attracting mass is the fault of that single documentary.
The crazy thing is, they say the Big Bang happened, all of it was like little fine dust particles and stuff. And I'm just wondering how these little fine dust particles had enough mass to create any gravity to attract each other.
Well, it depends how big the dust particle is, bro.
You know,
In all the land, there was one particle that was bigger than all the others.
anything bigger than dust is now a rock, and it didn't say rocks, it said dust.
That particle had a name. We called him Corn Pop. That particle was one bad dude. Used to make my hair stand up. I liked it when the kids make it do that, especially when Corn Pop came by.
Yeah, you don't know about Corn Pop?
He was a bad dude, man. That's all I know.
He was the first one to start accreting.
Oh. Mass attracting mass, but
the idea.
What's funny is all this mass attracted in space and stuff to clump all our planets together, but we can throw a bunch of mass up there in the ISS and they don't clump together. What's up, people?
Dude, it's funny that we always bring this up, but I'm gonna read the quote again. It's funny that people always say mass attracting mass, and Isaac Newton is so brilliant that it's from him, and it's like, no. What his take on mass attracting mass is, it's inconceivable that innate brute matter should, without the mediation of something else, which is not material, operate upon and affect other matter without mutual contact. That gravity should be innate, inherent, and essential to matter, so that one body may act upon another at distance through a vacuum without the mediation of anything else, by and through which their action or force may be conveyed from one to the other, is so great an absurdity that I believe no man who has philosophical matters a competent faculty of thinking can ever fall into it. Meaning, this is for baby retards, guys. If you guys want to do the baby retard route, just don't attribute it to me after my death. But guess what they did?
And basically what he's saying there, guys, is why space have no medium? Space is fake and gay.
Yeah, colloquially, that's what he said.
Oh yeah, colloquially.
God damn it! I said it right, and then you said it, and I'll never say it right again. Now it's back in my head.
What? Stone, I said it correctly. Shane didn't say it right. Right? Can you weigh in on this? You heard it.
I think you're both wrong.
What?
But hey, don't ask me.
I still blame Alan for my wrongness.
Oh,
it sounds very Jewish of me.
Oh yeah, dude. Am I the reason you can't say colloquially now? Did I ruin your whole family culture and everything?
Like before you started saying it, I could say it no problem. I didn't have a problem. And then I heard you not say it, and now I can't say it. So whose fault is that, Alan? All right.
I was having a hard time with ambiguous today. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, nailed it.
All right.
Never have a problem again.
And the plural is ambigui.
I said it today. And
Plural.
You ever say a word and you're like, is that how that word goes?
Dude, how do you pluralize that adjective over there?
How many of us practice colloquially right now with the speaker off?
I'm doing it in between.
Sorry, stream just heard me. There's no privacy.
Me, myself, and I are always talking mic on, mic off. It doesn't matter.
But I should try and find that video of Michio Kaku when he says something to the effect of, we don't really know what's going on. We just guess.
I
has
got that
anyone
one.
seen that video?
Yeah, I got that in the vault somewhere.
You do? Oh my God.
I think he says it every time he goes on morning news.
He's the one that said that when it comes to cosmology, I don't know one scientist that uses the scientific method, which I found.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
And he also said that they can be off like 1 or 2. That's fine, whatever, and they can be off 10 to the 120th power when it comes to space, and it's the biggest mismatch between theory and experiment and scientific history or some shit like that. Basically saying we're guessing. It's all fake and gay.
They fly by the seat of their pants.
Yeah. This sounds cool. You think it'll work? I don't know, man. Let's go for it.
I mean, look, they come out and tell us this, and we still sit there and worship them like they know everything.
Well, we don't.
We used to.
I was trying to be just a little humble and generous to the group.
Listen, we've all watched science shows and felt edumacated afterwards, okay? No one has to admit it, but it's affected us all.
Yep, I remember watching Bill Nye and going, dude, this guy gets it.
Like, I'm so smart. I can't believe I watched this cartoon show and now I know stuff.
My name is Brian Sweet, and I used to be a Globie.
Oh yeah, we should do like a PSA commercial like that. Bunch of
we should hashtag
testimonies.
that. We should hashtag that. That's brilliant, Brian.
Do you feel like you're moving? Well, you're not. You only think you are because you've been gaslit.
Dude. Nice. Can you make that into a tweet and I'll start resharing it?
And give me a PSA, man. I'll read it out. Yeah.
And as our boy Toby would tell you, don't gaslight your own soul. It's no good for them.
Speaking of Toby, where's he at?
Got that JOB.
And I heard Toby doesn't like X.
Nobody likes X.
He specifically told me he doesn't do spaces.
Yeah, no, he doesn't like X. That's true. I don't like X either, so I feel like that's not a good reason. But X spaces particularly, yeah.
It's because they won't give you a purple pill.
I don't know what to do with that, man. I get a purple pill every single time, man. And I'm a literal Nazi, apparently.
Yeah, but you created on your phone, and we're doing different stuff. We're trying new stuff every week. This session is a browser, baby, created from the app only. So it's a Microsoft Edge exclusive over to Brave browser to reshare. Yeah. And so this avenue results in no purple pill, but we can reset and connectivity works.
At least the mute button isn't inverted in function.
Yep, we have a mute button. That day was crazy. People told you and you were like, nah. Right? You're like, no, obviously it's a big red thing. You can't hear me. And you start talking to yourself, and everybody did it, even though we all told the new people, hey, it's inverted. They were like silent for 10 minutes while they figured it out.
Here's the thing. It would invert for me like randomly throughout the night. Sometimes it would be on and off.
Yeah, what would happen was the host would do the all mute everyone, and then when they did that would invert everyone. So you had different sets flipping back and forth all the way through as a wonderful dance throughout the night.
Yeah, that was dope. Once we all got the hang of it, though, we were just kind of dancing in unison. It was very beautiful.
They can't keep us down with that shit. We'll figure out inverted mute button, man.
It was kind of an intelligence test.
Yeah, do you remember the first couple spaces we tried? Like, no matter what we did, we couldn't speak. Like, no matter we get a mic, no sound, couldn't hear, couldn't speak. Get a mic, no more sound. Like, how did that happen 7 times in a row?
We've come so far. Our journey reminds me of those turtles that are born and then they walk into the ocean. But if they see like a porch light on, they walk the wrong direction and they die.
What? You learned the wrong lesson from that story, Alan? Those turtles return there after their long life to mate, and then they die on the same beach.
So
was that it?
That's wild.
I thought they fell into the sewer and turned into a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Oh no!
That's only if April O'Neil spills ooze on them and then names them after Renaissance artists.
Man, I want a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
You got tongue twisted.
Nah. I heard they gave up that operation because they ran out of 4-syllable Italian names to name all the turtles with.
I didn't realize they were all 4 syllables. Leonardo. Oh my God. Donatello.
You're just getting there now.
Just now.
Hilarious. Oh man. Well, I do enjoy lifting people up in my life, so it's a good feeling.
Dude, I can't believe it's my fault for never counting the syllables in the cartoon Ninja Turtle show that I watched as a child.
What the hell were you doing? Enjoying yourself?
What was the rat's name?
Splinter.
Splinter.
See, he had the
Well, one of them
non-Italian
was
name.
5. Michelangelo is 5 syllables.
Michael is 1 or 2?
Michael, that's 2 syllables.
I was there as
Angelo is 3.
It's a joke, boy. Roll with it.
No, now we're dissecting the intricacies now, Stone. You know how we are. There will be an ether cosmology presentation next week on the
hopelessly
turtles.
meta. Hopelessly meta as fuck.
You didn't think we were going to research that?
You made me feel dumb for not knowing it. You better believe I'm going to know it now. Syllable accounting. Here we go.
Okay, so if we square the solution to the how many syllables there are in the name, it all comes out with an even distribution of where the syllables might be located.
If you apply gematria to that syllabus that you just did, it actually equals 666. So we can't do this anymore.
It actually ties to a non-linear likelihood that Alan will mispronounce it.
Yes. There's
It's a logarithmic scale towards infinity.
There's a non-zero chance.
It approaches infinity but never reaches it, Alan. That's the correct
Exponentially
graph.
upward with each additional syllable.
Hey, I posted a video on my account, and it's about this, I don't know, I forget, 1,000-year-old temple or something in India that depicts certain constellations, you know? Anyways, so there's some star that is actually, it's 5 stars that are really close together. And, but you can only see, but to the naked eye, it looks like 1 star. I forget what the name of that that star is, but then there's another star also that he showed that looks like 1 star to the naked eye, but then with the telescope you can see, I think it's 3 stars or something. So there's one that has either 2 or 3 stars, and the other one that has, I think, 4 stars or maybe 5 stars. But so the whole thing was about like, how did they know that? Because it's carved into that temple that as 5 separate stars and placed exactly how you would see it with a telescope. So anyways, here's looking at you, Stone. I posted that and I said, once you get, what did I say? I said something about after you're done making fun of his accent or something, check this out. So it's very interesting. I thought it was very interesting that these people 1,000 years ago carved these stars exactly how they're seen through a modern telescope, but is not visible to the naked eye. I thought that was really interesting.
I shared it up at the top for you.
Gee, thanks.
Stone, if you could, please make fun of the accent real quick.
Well, there's like 4 or 5 different types of Indian accent. People don't realize that either. I'm sure Laylee does, but I haven't heard this guy, so I gotta hear this guy to make fun of him. Hold on.
Stone G, you can't do Indian accent like I can, okay? So just forget about it, okay?
Wow.
No, not like you. No, definitely, no can't like you. No, I know that.
You want to learn Indian accent, you have to come to expert like me only.
You got to write out the long-term leases for your tenants. The tenant from the building, when they come to the country to make T-shirt.
Wait, I'm hearing Quickie Mart.
Then you learn.
I feel like that was a poo from The Simpsons.
I was like, I'm hearing Quickie Mart, just a twinge, and I'm not sure if that's intentional.
Oh, Stone was Apu. He told me so.
Oh yeah, why'd you get fired from The Simpsons, Stone?
Yeah, it's a union gig. You know how it goes.
I would have thought it was philosophical beliefs and divergence of ball worshipping or whatever.
Yeah, they found out he was a flat earther.
Are you kidding? Some other stuff they've done? Holy moly.
Dude, Matt Groening.
The baseball scene where they broke open the firmament and like,
oh yeah,
come on, boys.
That show been on the air for what, 38 years? It has predicted every event in human history. It's like, not only it's the best social commentary.
predicted or told us what was coming, man?
Yeah, predicted with air
Both.
quotes that you can't see.
And also it Mandela'd and retroactively changed for the river.
You gotta watch out for them, rotating pockets of floating space-time flopping around. They might get you, or like if your measurement is you get a little Lorentzian twist coming at you.
Alan, did you say you posted that video that I had about the temple?
Yes, Madam Ambassador, it's up at the top.
Nice. So you're saying that people in the olden days had telescopes?
I don't know. That's what's so intriguing. I mean, the guy doesn't say either way in the video, but I just thought, because those stars are even placed the way that you would see them through a modern telescope. But of course, you can't see it with the naked eye. So who knows, right? Because this temple is really old. And so it was carved there, whatever, like 1,000 years ago or whatever. I forget what he said it was. May have been even more or less. I don't know. But it's just intriguing. I don't know. I think maybe telescopes can be made with relatively lower tech. I just don't know enough about telescopes.
I can't actually get Instagram to load. What do you do about that?
Yeah, when I clicked on it, it's a dead link.
All right, I see what we have to do.
Was there someone talking right before Stone said that? Or was it silent?
Testing one. Can you hear me?
Can you not hear Liliana? She was
Was-
talking for a while just before I did.
No, I can't. I'll drop down because I figured it kept going silent for a while, so
Oh,
I'll drop down and come
you
back
missed
up.
all the Indian accent.
Yes, I did. I didn't hear any of that.
No
Okay.
worries. We'll have him reperform it when you come back.
Perfect. That's my
Yeah, and when you get back, you're gonna give us a flat Earth rap freestyle.
Oh, I did. How much money you guys got?
Got a
We'll talk about that when I get back, because my mom said if you're good at something, don't do it for free.
Alan will pay you with a derivation.
Oh, Ken, no! No, Ken, I almost had it completely erased. Now it's back.
Yeah, I used to
Dang
laugh
it.
at that one too.
Yeah, but see, that's just it. I like that one. That was the only one I really liked. I like the derivation.
Yeah, that one never hurt my feelings. Didn't make me cringe. I didn't feel anything bad. We just let that one roll. Everyone knew what he meant.
Boys,
man.
if you say it like
Fine.
3 or 4 more times, like there's a good chance it'll come back and I won't be able to undo it.
You derive a derivation.
Yeah, you deriviate. I got you.
Oh no. All right, so I have stolen the Instagram video from Laylee's post, put it on Twitter, and posted it and put it up top. So here we go. Now you guys can watch it. Yeah, it's kind of
excellent.
Cool. So the argument then would be what? Because like the astrolabe has positions of all these things 1,000 years ago as well. Not only the planets and the sun and the solstice and equinox, but it has literally all like some of the stars, and it has them based on stereographic projection of circles of latitude that goes down. So if it was there, wouldn't they have just copied it to put it on this temple, or maybe there was some old record or whatever? Like, I don't think modern telescopes is a fair assumption for their only logical conclusion for how they deduce that.
My only other guess would be that perhaps people had way better eyesight somehow. That's entirely possible. Like maybe our eyesight, our senses have degraded in the last 1,000 or something years, or whatever. Maybe they just knew how to design telescopes better, maybe with water in it, or who knows.
Gotta put the water in the telescopes to slew that motion right down, and then we can see it. Yeah, I don't know, because they had the stars map for way longer than anyone knew where any land was. So I feel like it's not a huge achievement for them to be able to know where all the stars are, because if they didn't, we wouldn't have any maps.
I'm not sure of the age, but there's like that Nebra sky disk I think they found in Germany, or some Viking disk that depicts a lot of stars like that too. But I guess we all, like you said, maybe our eyes got worse, but there used to be no light pollution either.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Maybe it was just super dark and all the city lights. Maybe it was just luminous enough to make out with the naked eye until we built all the cities or whatever.
Yeah, that's a possibility, I think, too. Yeah.
Either way, good topic.
In case I lose the mic, and I don't think I can. There's no purple pills, so maybe let me back on.
We'll see if we can have that arranged.
We're using the first pin, the first shared post as the purple pill for the space. Just keep going to the right, and that'll be the purple pill. Here, let's share it again.
We re-upping on that share?
I'm re-purple pilling. Also, oh, Amata, you're new here. You're new to our group. Welcome, bud. Is your picture Jesus smoking a blunt?
I AI'd that picture. It was the
okay. All right.
The saint of cigar smoking. I was just sitting out here having a cigar. I got into these spaces actually because of Brian. I found his space first. I'm pretty new to X, but I appreciate y'all having me.
Nice, dude. Welcome.
That's what's up.
Cool. I mean, I took one look at your profile picture and started to follow you, so we're cool.
I appreciate it. I'll follow you back.
Dude's got a ripped Jesus with a crown of thorns smoking a blunt on a tree. I know what he says it is, but that's what it looks like to me.
With a healthy amount of bling.
Yeah, he's got chains and rings and shit too.
It's like he's daring you to try and take it off of him.
It's a Saint California green bud.
Oh, we have found a proud flurf.
The patron saint of smoking.
Is there a patron saint of smoking?
There ain't not.
That's him right there.
Is that who the hobbits prayed to be able to do smoke rings like that?
I would light another cigar, but I got to go to bed soon.
Wait, how is that related?
It takes like 3 hours to smoke a cigar, I think.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
It's like an endeavor. Put on Matrix Revolutions, and then when you start it, by the time you finish it, Zion will just be falling.
I was like, what does it keep you up? Give you caffeine? It just like, no, it just takes a long fucking time.
Actually,
okay.
a strong cigar will kind of keep me awake, but I've already had 4 today, so I figure I better call it.
Respect,
dude. You got a 3 cigar limit. Very nice.
A lot or not a lot? I don't know. It's 4 cigars a day, a lot or not? I don't know. I've never.
4, I don't know. The guys I hang around, some of the guys I hang around smoke 6 sticks a day.
We don't know what to make of that.
Most of the guys at my lounge are retired, and so they just hang out and smoke cigars all day long, go play golf, go do whatever they're doing. And
okay. I'm glad I didn't say anything else then.
Yeah, for a second there, I was gonna say his friends sound like they need some of Toby's coffee.
Gotta pray that gay away, boys.
Gotta hang out with some older dudes that make a lot of money. They'll teach you some shit.
Speaking of coffee, do you know any coffee that doesn't have a penguin beaks in it?
I certainly do. You can go to brushtail.coffee, place an order there of a nice Ethiopian blend. I'm told that it tastes a little rocky, right? But it's smooth, straight from the African desert or wherever coffee beans grow.
Oh
Penguin.
yeah, I have a miraculous story about the coffee. I mean, it's just like a fairy tale. It's a fairy tale, honestly. It's so miraculous. I used to be colorblind, and then I started drinking Toby's coffee, and then now I can see in Technicolor. I'm not even kidding.
Penguin free since 2003.
I was colorblind until I ate some shrooms. Now I can see in Technicolor also.
Oh man, I'd love to get some, but oh well, can't.
I'm actually buying some right now. So my stream sees me paying for coffee. That's cool. Everyone chill out. It's almost done.
Shane has been known to enter his credit card number on
Toby's coffee turned my plants into nuclear plants.
Yeah, you know how people feed their plants water and stuff like in the garden so that they grow or whatever? Did you guys know that if you use brushtail coffee, it'll make your plants grow even better and stronger?
It's like Brondo with electrolytes, but even better.
My
That's what plants crave.
My house plant actually grew a penguin, and I don't know how to get the fucker out of my house. So any help with that would be much
Dude,
appreciated.
what a sales pitch. Buy a coffee, get a free penguin.
I don't know what I'm going to do with the penguins I got.
But coffee is the new steroids.
You know what
Yeah.
they say, nicotine plus caffeine equals protein.
Yeah, that math tracks.
That is the breakfast of champions. Yes, yes.
I think I heard
That
a
wasn't,
pediatrician say that.
I think it was Phil Mickelson, not Phil Mickelson, maybe John Daly, one of those golfers. It's like his famous quote.
That's literally my breakfast. Cigarettes and coffee.
What else we got down there? We got Tedic, we got Jenna, we got Tiamo Taylor popped in, Proud Flurf is there, Ether. Oh, Flat Lads popped in. D3 too? Man, everyone's here. I had to scroll down more.
I have to resist the urge so I don't mute everybody.
You're free to mute everyone as much as you like, but we're just gonna blame you for it, so it's cool, you know.
Gravitational.
I'll take the blame.
Nice.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know that Proud existed outside of Friday, Saturday, and sometimes Sundays. So to see her here now, that's pretty incredible.
Oh, you're thinking of Sacred.
Well, either one. I've never seen either one outside of Flat Earth Friday. I've seen Sacred around, but I spoke too soon. She's gone. I don't see her anymore.
Yep.
She dipped.
You actually drove her away with your thought.
Damn, dude.
I need a backpack when I go to the.
You hear that?
Alrighty then.
Who's requesting? Flat Lads? I approve. Thought it was Peter again.
Well, if some important people show up, you can take my mic. I know where I stand, on the ladder.
Damn right, straight at the top.
We got plenty of people to axe around here. We got a janitor, we got a neo-Nazi, we got a guy that's part plane. I mean, there's other people on there. Like, we got options, Lily. Like, relax.
Ready-made patsies, dude. We're all set. Poor Brian. Dude, Brian's gonna be the Nazi for all of us, okay?
I do what I gotta do, man. I got I carry y'all. I'm good.
Like, I was scared to talk about the Jewish question until I saw that Brian got called a Nazi, and then I felt safe coming out with the truth.
That's what's up.
I think it's so funny that like they look for any reason to not engage with us as it is, especially us, right? Like, thief, plagiarist. Oh, don't worry about anything he said. Don't worry about the math. Don't worry about anything. It's like, no, we can dismiss it all. So this just gives them like a whole nother level of, well, he's a Nazi. Nazis should get punched in the face. Of course, you don't have to listen to anything the Nazi said, even though he's right, made logical, cohesive sense. No, he's a Nazi.
And have never said anything hateful or anything like that about anything. But yeah, it turns out that when they can't refute you, they attack you.
Well, so what's crazy about that, Shane, actually, you and I were once in that dude's space, the Truth I Am or whatever he goes by. And, like, he started out okay, but he started, like, losing it at some point. And I don't know what flipped his switch, but, like, he got really, like, he became a Nazi with the mic and stuff. He would just, like, cut you off and hit a bong right in the middle of, like, someone talking, and then he'd just mute you. But I don't know what his deal was, but he was a part of this community, and I don't know what happened because I don't know. He just kind of like lost it, and so
Dude, I used to co-host a space.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he used to ask me to come and join in on Tuesday mornings or whenever he started, and everything was cool. But then he started to get like, I don't know. He became like a Nazi of the mic, which was weird, and he would get super emotional and start, I don't know. It was just really strange.
I remember that, but I didn't know who that was. I only went in there because I followed you in there, right? It was like Mr. Speaking.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what's going on over here? And then I heard that dude say, like, one of us was a Nazi, and I was like, oh, poor fella, he's retarded. Well, I guess I'll leave. Like, I don't care.
Too many. Boosters.
Yeah, I had stopped going to his spaces way before that not because he was calling people Nazi. He hadn't started doing that yet, but it was something about not Flat Earth Fridays, and I went in there, and I don't know, it was just so weird, man, because like I got along with him just fine, but he did get a little bit strange. I don't know, and then when I saw that, I was like, yeah, probably shouldn't be. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Weird thing is that certain event that thing happened in there that had that number attached to it. He doesn't believe it.
So why is he virtue jerking with the Globers then?
What I'm saying, man, it's like, what? And then find out, did you know that when you cremate a body, it does not turn the bones into ash? They literally have to take the bones out, take them to a separate place, put them in a grinder, and then grind up the bones. And that's what you get in an urn.
Yeah, along with the teeth.
Along with the teeth. So, that whole process right there, I don't think anybody goes through it. I don't, maybe the first part, but not the second part.
Well, regardless, if you're just for questioning the narrative and just for, seeing who's in control and in power and just stating the obvious doesn't make you a Nazi. Like that. That's what I don't understand about it. It's like
time that puts into the equation. Oh my goodness, I thought it was just like burning and that was it. No, they got to take it to another spot, and that's a time process right there. It's like, are you kidding me? And then even to clean out the gas chambers, when they gassed them, to clear it out, to even go in there, it took 24 hours for that stuff to dissipate, man. They said, oh, we went in there 10 minutes later smoking cigarettes and stuff and totally didn't blow up. It's all fucking stupid, fake, and gay.
Well, the thing is, it's like, if you want to be really objective and really fair, why would you not want to get to know what Hitler really was about? Like, I mean, does anyone really believe that the Allies were 100% completely good and completely benevolent, and they didn't kill one German civilian at all? Like that documentary Europa really opened my eyes up. I mean, even if you take everything with a grain of salt, it should still make you think. Like, it should make you think, like, okay, or what was Hitler's position? Like, what was he trying to say? They just want to like force feed us their version of whatever history is, and then if we question it, then we're assholes.
Here's
what's crazy? That dude doesn't even believe the narrative behind the number that they tell us, like how many people died.
I know, but here's the part that's just questionable right here in and of itself. Apparently, Churchill had to declare war on Hitler because he invaded Poland, but that lasted like 29 days, and Hitler was actually willing to give some of the land back that wasn't German occupied to keep peace. Churchill said, nah, we keeping this on. And then later on, Russia invaded Poland, and Churchill's all like, yo, bro, you want to come help me out? So, what's up with that?
I think this AI being able to convert videos to English now has really opened a bunch of people's eyes and made people start questioning things. You know, what was it, 75 or 80 years, you just hear some guy that sounds like a maniac screaming on TV or whatever show you watch, and then now all of a sudden it's translated and you're like, wait a minute.
And what it is that it's okay to question where the buildings come from, or if there's gigantic ancient trees, or that there might have been giants, but it's not okay to question like what happened in 1945, because, well, there's no way that that's not, you know, made up stories either. Like, that's...
Oh, and they came up with this estimated number that was exactly it before the war was even over, and they were able to go and count anything or anybody. Or how do you count ashes again? But whatever.
Dude, honestly, for me,
they had IBM for that. They had all those fucking punch cards, man. They had them all thoroughly counted. Make no mistake there.
For me, it was enough that when I started to look into it, I felt bad for looking into it. And then I recognized that feeling, and I was affronted and pissed off. I was like, why do I feel this? Now I got to look into it, right? Like, oh boy.
Pavlovian dog response to this, man. This is Stockholm Syndrome, man. Wake up, snap out of it. You can question shit, man. You're allowed to think. Come on, people.
Like, I remember being like, oh, maybe the Jews aren't as, oh, wait, I shouldn't look into this. Then I was like, what was that? Why the fuck did I feel that?
So it was about a week ago now that I recommended people watch The Corporation. Did anybody go and check it out?
I've never heard of it.
I don't remember the recommendation.
Corporation?
Yeah, it's a 3-hour documentary from about 20 years back, 22 years back or so.
What's it on?
It's an analysis of the corporation, its creation, its declaration as a legal person by the United States courts, etc. And I don't want to spoil too much about it.
No,
but
I guess I meant what streaming service?
Oh, hell, I don't know, man. It's an old documentary.
Okay.
Find it where you can, you know, Pirate Bay. There's got to be torrents of it. But it's a fabulous movie.
It's called A Corporation. I'll have to watch it.
Is that
It's related? It's called, let me get my mic up here. There we go. It's called The Corporation.
Is it related to how the country actually became a corporation and thus became incorporated, and how the people became commodities?
No, it's not that at all.
All right, cool.
No, it's about how the country decided that they wanted the corporation itself to be able to do more, to exist longer than just the span of one project for which they were created originally.
It looks
in,
like
19th century law. They said, "Oh no, we want special considerations because all corporations are now run by corporate bodies, by boards, plural, and that there are humans making those decisions. So the corporation should be given all the same legal considerations as an actual in the flesh person." They declared the corporation a legal person, and it exploded into the monster it is today. It's a very detailed little documentary, and I could not, again, recommend it more strongly, guys. Like, yeah.
Coca-Cola will outlive us all.
I think I remember something about people being up in arms about the corporations being able to donate like a person all of a sudden, I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago.
Looks like it's on YouTube.
I don't think people would be too upset that a corporation donates. That's not it at all. It's the other way around. It's that they outsource their problems. They externalize them. You know what I mean? They make them other people's problems, like their emissions, etc. they just dump it into the river, and after that, it's up to the feds to deal with pollution in the rivers. We got to deal with that, but never to declare the responsibility of the corporation for polluting it in the first place. And eventually, one sec, Lily, what they do in the movie itself is they get psychoanalytic about the analysis, and they break out the DSM-4 checklist and start to tick off the comparative traits to that of a psychopath. And all the boxes are checked. What do you know about that?
All right, that is super interesting. I'm in.
Downloading it now. Watch party after this community space.
Make sure you got the part 1. Is it like dated 02 or something like that?
Couldn't tell you. It's 2 hours long.
Oh no, it's 3 hours long.
Ooh, I only got the 2-hour version.
Okay, let me check. I'll see if I can find something better for you.
Yeah, they show a couple of them on YouTube here. It's like,
I was just going to say that. So the corporation functions as a psychopath. You said it already, Stone.
But that is the problem, right? Devised by the people in power. They were like, hey, we're to declare ourselves a legal entity of a corporation that can do and take part, but has no legal liability as an entity. Like, what? Weird flat lads with his hand out.
Yeah, they have enough corrupt politicians that are bought or bribed or blackmailed, to let all these ridiculous anti the people laws to become laws.
Yo, what's up, flat lads?
What's up, lads and ladies?
Ladettes, they call them.
Ladette.
I prefer ladies. They're genuine. My point is a little off topic. It was a couple minutes ago. Shane, did you see my comment on your post about GR when I proposed a apple dropping on a dummy's head at 2 points sequentially at opposite points on the equator?
No, is that to the Isaac Newton Apple post? Probably. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see.
So I posed, like, if we had 2 apples dropped at opposite sides on the equator, 10 foot above dummies, so would the anti-flirts claim that the Earth's circumference grew by 20 feet, or would they claim Newtonian physics? Newtonian gravity, I'm sorry. I'm sure they'll squirm. They won't go with GR. They'll go with Newtonian.
The people were in an uproar about that post, though. They were like, you stupid flirt, you don't know that the curvature of space-time is mass attracting mass. Einstein only improved what was already there. It's like, I didn't say anything. I just posted your stuff. Like, you guys are freaking out all without me. Yelling at me for it.
Yes. So if Newton's head jumps up to the apple, so if you have 2 points on opposite sides of the quote-unquote globe, like, does the Earth grow in circumference to meet those 2 apples, or what?
Oh, there we go. You got to drop an apple from 10 inches onto a dummy's head from 2 opposing points of the globe. So you have antipodal points or whatever, I assume, at the same exact time. So so instead of Newton's head rocketing upward as opposed to general relativity and Einstein to meet the apple that is just minding its own business at the top of that branch where it left the tree, it's actually doing it antipodally, and they're centrifugally accelerating outwards to do the same thing. That's the correct globe answer. What do you think?
Well, it was 10 feet, not 10 inches. A little more dramatic.
Sorry. Ask someone in space. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see Ruhif, the Bruce Ferret, explain that one.
Nah, you say that, but that's an open invitation to a shitstorm and a bunch of crap, and I don't like to invite that. Although, a spy that was over there at that globular server and noticed that he was hanging out with all them globers. So, he was probably there telling everyone how dumb we all are. We know he's a glober still. Like we're not confused.
Hey Brian, have you seen Flurf Herder proposing the same thought experiment that Peter was the other day about Africa being lit up?
I don't know why everybody's so shocked about that, but I did not hear him. But yeah, I mean, his all trip on where the sun is. I don't think he has a grasp on it, but
Dude, that hurt them. I put out that little video which was in a response to me listening to your guys' space and me being pissed off. I was like, this fucking guy doesn't understand daylight, sunlight distribution, light distributions, map projections, anything, telling us that it looks funny. Like, first of all, how does it do that? The sun changes height, bro, from season to season, right? It goes from tropic to tropic. It also goes a little bit from a little bit high to a little bit higher. And that's how the light reaches further and goes shorter, right? Up and down. It's super easy.
Yeah, but if the sun disappears behind an island 30 miles away, the sun is 30 miles away. Like, that's freaking ridiculous.
yeah, and then you know they want to bring up perspective until it actually hits them in the face.
Yeah, I was gonna chime in. That was my whole thing. Like, it's perspective. Like, perspective changes when things change. Like, yeah, my whole point was perspective. Like, I was gonna chime in on that, but I didn't want to seem like a dumbass and be wrong.
And all the time, everybody kept on saying, "You mean the apparent position of the sun?"
Yeah, no, they were confusing, like, so, dude, what they were confusing at that point is they were trying to say that the distance to the horizon formula, which is like what R equals, I think, d over the tangent of theta, I think is what it is. And they're trying to say, oh, that determines that the sun should be 3 miles away. And it's like, no, that is determined for the distance for that you see the horizon for a 6-foot observer. Very dependent on height. You can't apply that to the fucking sun. Is the sun at 6 feet? No. So then that wouldn't make sense, right? The reason that it works is the ratio and relationship. The 3959 is the greater celestial radius. That's what you're seeing for the stars and the moon, anything like that that's in the sky. The 3 miles applies literally to your 6-foot observer height looking straight out to the horizon. They were like, the sun's 3 miles away. Y'all are retarded. It's like, wow, I couldn't have aggressively misapplied that concept harder if I tried.
Yeah, and something I was thinking, maybe I'm wrong, but like if we can see 3959, that doesn't apply to